after I just say hello to everybody, Dave, is do the kind of the quick commercial about the online piece that Angela was just talking about.
Yeah.
Kind of cover that as a thing. So, all right, we're going to start the broadcast right now, and then I'll hand it over. So.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. Mike Anderson from American Independent Marketing. I'm here with Dave Wayne, and Angelo from UHC is here to spend some time with us today and talk about the AARP MedSupps product and the top 10 reasons why you should be selling that. As we always do, we've got everybody in lecture mode, which means that you're muted right now, and that's so that we can record the webinar and have a high-quality presentation for that. So we will take questions if you key them in along the way, and then we'll have a Q&A session at the end. And Dave wants to go over some detailed stuff here real quick before we get started. So go ahead with that, Dave.
So good morning, everyone. David Wayne at American Independent Marketing. Just before we get started and switch it over to Angelo, I want to mention to you that there is a recontracting process with United Healthcare. So if you are and have been contracted with United Healthcare and haven't done the recontracting, it's about a 5 to 7 minute process. It's pretty easy. Please contact our office and we'll make sure that we set you up with getting recontracted with United Healthcare for compliance reasons. With that being said, we've done a webinar like this before with United Healthcare, and we've had some pretty good response. And a lot of things are changing out there in the Medicare supplement world and the Med Advantage world, and we thought, why not do another webinar with United Healthcare and really understand the reasons why you should be working with United Healthcare. Not only the big reputation that they bring, but there's a lot of other reasons which Angelo will cover today. So with that, I'd like to bring on Angelo Therese, which is Regional Sales Manager for United Healthcare, and give us the top 10 reasons why to do business with AARP and United Healthcare. Angelo?
All right, David, thank you so much. And good morning, everybody, or perhaps maybe good afternoon, depending upon what part of the country you're in. Greatly appreciate you being here this Friday morning. I know after a busy week, the weekend certainly looks attractive, so I will try my best to make sure that, the time is well spent this morning. And just a little bit of information about myself. I've been in this wonderful industry for over 40 years, and the opportunities that the senior market presents at this particular point in time is well among the best of all the opportunities that I've seen over the years. So I hope if you're not in the senior marketplace to any great extent, hopefully we'll give you some reasons why today. And if you are, hopefully we'll give you some really sound reasons as to why our value proposition is a very strong one when it comes to offering Medicare supplement solutions for your customers that are out there. The first thing I'd like to do is just to kind of give you a little perspective as to how large this marketing opportunity is. With the particular slide that you see now, it shows the number of Medicare eligibles, 51 million as of 2012. I'm going to add some statistics to update this particular slide. If you add the 3.5 million people that turned 65 in 2013, and another 3 to 3.5 million people that will attain age 65 this year, we're looking at a market of about 57 to 58 million people who have many questions regarding their health care coverages, which leads to opportunities for you. So when you look at those approximately 60 million people, about 52% of them are covered either through group insurance, state Medicaid, or Medicare Part A and B only. And of that 52%, approximately 20 million are covered by group insurance, of whom, many of them are either losing their coverage on an involuntary basis or are electing to come off of their group insurance on a voluntary basis, which leads to a great opportunity for you to offer Medicare supplement products along with the PDP as a solution and as a viable alternative to their group coverage. You might ask yourself, well, why would somebody want to come off their group coverage? and they would save a substantial amount of money. Relative to the, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you cut out for a few minutes there, so if you could just go back up about a few statements, I would appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much. Is that better?
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay, thank you. Again, of that approximately 60 million people who are, age 65 and above, for those who heard, as I mentioned, 52% of that group, approximately 30 million people are covered by group insurance, covered by state Medicaid, or have an individual, Medicare Part A and B only. And of that 30 million people, approximately 20 million people are covered by group insurance. Many who are losing their coverage due to involuntary termination, for those of you who are familiar, such as instances like General Motors terminating their health care plans, IBM recently, and one that's right around the corner will be AT&T. So those individuals have opportunities to go to MedSupps on a guarantee issue basis, which leads to opportunities for agents across the country. In addition to that, there are a significant number of people voluntarily leaving their group plans simply because they're healthy and the cost savings is substantial. If I'm paying $600, $700 a month for group insurance, I'm retired, I never use those group benefits, or I use them very sparingly. A MedSupp alternative with a Part D prescription drug program is an outstanding alternative, and there's substantial premium savings when you consider what they're paying off of their group. So that leads to opportunities for you, for people coming off a group market, for people coming off of their group plans. And then, of course, 27 to 28% of the market are enrolled in Medicare Advantage plans, and 21% of the market people have Medicare supplements. So there's great opportunities for you. And just a quick update on the pie chart in the lower right-hand corner to give you an indication how popular our plans are. Approximately 32% of the Medicare supplement marketplace is AARP United Healthcare branded MedSupps. We are the largest individual carrier out there when it comes to Medicare supplement product offerings, and there's some reasons behind that. And that is my main goal this morning, is to share with you why we are so huge in the marketplace, why do seniors continue to look at us each and every year, and why we can be a very important part of your portfolio when it comes to healthcare needs. And that leads us to, the top 10 reasons, which I'd like to go over the next few minutes.
And Angela, if I may say something, if
Sure.
you don't mind. For everyone that's on the phone here that's looking at the screen and what Angela's going through, one of the things that we've found is a key factor writing Medicare supplements is staying on top of the carriers that are disenrolling out of Med Advantage. It really opens up a big opportunity for everyone to be able to put people back into Medicare supplements that have had a bad taste of Med Advantages or no longer have that Med Advantage available. There's a big opportunity every year that pops up with this, and I'm sure Angela's probably going to go into that further, but I want to make sure that everyone is paying attention to that. If they're in the Medicare supplement business, that opportunity every year opens up in different areas where you can take advantage of it.
Dave, that is really great input, and I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to take advantage of the opportunity that you just presented, especially in the year 2015 coming up as far as Medicare Advantage open enrollment opportunities and probably going into 2016. There are a significant number of Medicare Advantage players that are not going to qualify for the 4, 4.5, or 5-star rating, which leads to opportunities for those carriers to get excess money when it comes to Medicare Advantage product offerings. And those players who are not going to achieve the 4, 4.5, or 5-star rating, many of them are going to make big decisions on whether or not they're going to want to continue to be a player in the marketplace, which means benefits will change, provider networks will be terminated, or they may decide to pull out of the market entirely, causing disruption in that Medicare Advantage world, which leads to great opportunities for you in your specific markets for people who are affected by those changes. And many of them, as David indicated, many of them are going to be very much interested in the stability that goes along with a Medicare supplement product compared to the Medicare Advantage disruption that will be taking place. So thank you very much for that input, Dave. It was very appropriate. So getting to the top 10 reasons, why consumers come to us as far as the AARP Medicare supplement product offerings, and why agents around the country have embraced our value proposition. One of the first things I want to impress upon you is the power of those 4 letters, AARP combined with United Healthcare, and our branding relationship when it comes to Medicare supplements. We are the only Medicare supplement carrier in the industry that carries that brand, the 4 letters as far as AARP is concerned. How important is that to you as an agent? About 1 million to 1.5 million people each and every year inquire about an AARP Medicare supplement through some form of advertising, whether it's a direct mail piece, whether it's a TV commercial. There's a huge amount of interest in our product offerings. And so that being said, why is that important to you? Well, when you take a look at this particular slide, and for those who are maybe on audio and don't have access to the slide, this slide talks about the sales support that you will receive, okay, through United Healthcare and AARP, and the materials that you have access to all include the AARP branding. So if you want to do direct mail pieces, if you want to distribute brochures, if you want to do, I call them consumer seminars, you can take advantage of all the AARP branding information that we have, and those materials will all include your name, your telephone number, instead of the AARP Direct 800 number. And so you can obviously take advantage of the opportunity of the popularity of that brand as you're marketing your effort, as you market your product and services out there in your respective marketplaces. And we have a team that's consistently dedicated to adding new materials on our agent portal where you can access this material. A lot of the feedback comes from organizations such as American Independent Marketing and and other agents around the country. And so we take advantage of what your feedback is to continue to create support. So you'll have the opportunity to take advantage of all the branding that's available with the AARP relationship. This slide is very huge when it comes to giving you an indication as to why somebody might choose, a Medicare supplement compared to not only a Medicare Advantage plan. It even applies to group situations. With many group scenarios, the reason people like coming off their group plans besides saving money is they have a lot more flexibility in terms of doctors and hospitals that they can go to if they are tied into an HMO, for example, through their group. Medicare Advantage plans require that you utilize a network of hospitals and a network of doctors. And the Medicare supplement products, obviously for those who sell the product, it does not. You can go to any doctor or hospital across the country that accepts Medicare. And that's very important to a lot of people, the freedom and the flexibility. In addition to that, Medicare supplements do not require doctor referrals. The Medicare supplement, as I mentioned earlier, has no network restrictions. Medicare supplements are guaranteed renewable each and every year. If I've got a Plan F and I'm a senior, there's a lot of peace of mind associated with the Medicare supplement. I don't have to worry about what carriers are going to do from a network perspective. I don't have to worry about whether or not benefits are going to change. As long as I pay my premium, I'll have the peace of mind knowing that my MedSupp is going to be there each and every year. So there are some significant advantages as far as a MedSupp premium, or a MedSupp product rather. The bottom line as a consumer, I'm saying to you, I'm willing to pay the premium for that freedom and flexibility. This slide I'm not going to make too many comments about. It just simply reinforces the opportunity for you, the 10,000 plus people a day that are turning age 65. Those numbers of the approximately 60 million people that I was talking about earlier is just going to continue to grow to the tune of about 75 to 80, 85 million people in the next 10 to 15 years. So the bottom line is you're not going to run out of prospects. You're going to have great opportunities to obviously, work this marketplace, and it's not going away. So again, if you're having problems getting enough people to see and you're not working full-time in this marketplace, it may be something that you would want to take a look at. Whoops. Okay. Focus on customer service. This is huge. We do some things very different than other carriers when it comes to our product offerings. But I do want to share some things with you that support the great job that the agent channel is doing in representing AARP and United Healthcare. United Healthcare has its own standards of customer service when it comes to taking care of your clients. AARP, who we have a relationship with through the year of 2020, raises the bar. Their expectations are much higher than United Healthcare, so they hold us to a certain standard when it comes to providing customer service for you and your clients. When you look at the second bullet point, you'll see that we have a 95% customer service satisfaction rate. And what that basically means is this. Every quarter, we pick up the phone and we call anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000 new enrollees as far as an AARP Medicare supplement, and new enrollees who enrolled through an agent like yourself. We ask them a series of questions, just some general questions on how they felt the entire interview process went. And the agent could have received a score of 1 being very poor or 10 being outstanding. And 95% of those surveys, agents scored 8, 9, or 10 on all the questions that were asked, which basically means this. The consumer is very happy with the service that the agents are providing. AARP would have been excited if our percentage was at least 90, and the bottom line is it's 95%, so that has made them even happier with what they see that the agents are doing.
Angela,
so what is it? Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt, but on my slide, it's showing number 9 still, freedom and flexibility. Have you advanced, or is it not advancing?
I did advance.
I'm still showing freedom and flexibility number 9.
Well, see, the slides, number 9, freedom and flexibility. Now, see, I've already changed. I've gone from freedom and flexibility, and I'm already on the next slide, the baby boomers.
It's not showing on my screen.
It's on my screen in front of me. So I don't know where the glitch would be.
Try backing it up and then going back forward, Angelo. Try backing it up one and then going back forward to number 8. I still have freedom and flexibility on mine, number 9.
All right, I'm back to 10, so I've got 9, freedom and flexibility.
Okay.
I got 8, the growing marketplace. Do you see that now?
Nope, I don't have it.
See, that's on my screen.
Hang on. Everybody out there in the audience, if you're seeing slide number 8, raise your hand, please.
I've got 8 now.
Now we do. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Took a second.
All right. Okay. All right. And so slide number 7, do you see that?
I think there's a little delay, but not yet.
Okay, it should be coming up because I'm on 7 now. All right. So let me make some comments on that, and then let me know if it shows up for you, okay? And maybe you can confirm if the agents out there see 7 at this particular point in time. They should, based on the feedback we just got a second ago. So again, going back to the customer service scenario, after we finished those customer service questions, we also asked if the client would be willing to refer the agent who enrolled them in an AARP Medicare supplement to a friend or somebody that they know, and 9 out of 10 the individuals said yes, they would. So it is a great opportunity for referred leads. And, at some point in time, if we have time at the end of the session, I can share ideas with you on why agents that I know across the country are getting anywhere from 20 to 40 to 50 referred leads a month, offering, our AARP Medicare supplement product offerings. So the bottom line is once you bring somebody on board, we're going to take care of them. And here's a little statistic that will just support that. Our block of business is about 3.5 million strong, which means we have about 3.5 million individuals enrolled in an AARP Medicare supplement, the largest individual carrier out there. Of that 3.5 million, the average life expectancy of that Medicare supplement is around 8.5 years. Now, I want you to think about that. 3.5 million people who have an AARP Medicare supplement, and the average life expectancy is about 8.5 years. We lose more people due to people passing away than any other, set of circumstances, and there's a reason behind that. One, of course, is the power of the brand, AARP, and the second is something that I'll share with you in a few moments. So our focus is very strong when it comes to customer service. When it comes to affordable plans, each and every one of you who are in the Medicare supplement arena knows there's a variety of different product offerings that are out there as a result of the modernized rules that went into effect back in June of 2010. However, when it boils down to the products that are being sold, you can probably, limit that list to a matter of 3 or 4 different products across the country, depending upon carrier product availability. That being Plan F as in Frank, which is the Cadillac MedSupp of the industry. In looking at this chart, you'll see all the Medicare Part A and Part B out-of-pocket exposures that the consumer may be exposed to. And when you look at Plan F and you see all the check marks there, obviously you can see it picks up all of the approved Medicare charges that Medicare doesn't pay, meaning all the deductibles, co-pays, or co-insurance amounts are paid for by Plan N or Plan F, and so the client doesn't have any out-of-pocket exposure other than their premium. Yet at the same time, not everybody has a Plan F. The other popular products that are out there today are Plan G, for example. Plan N is in Nancy. And there are some other products in other specific states, but those primarily are the 3 most popular plans. And the Plan N is a nice alternative for the consumer because the premiums are significantly lower than the premiums associated with the Plan F. And if you look at this chart, you'll see there's some percentages that are involved as far as maybe some co-pays are concerned. Actually, it doesn't show the percentages. That's for Plan K, I'm sorry. But you would see a co-pay as far as a possible Part B deductible or some co-pays as far as a physician visit. And those co-pays are very minimal as far as cost exposure. So clients who are healthy really like that option. And mentally, I'd like you to really think about this. One of the uniquenesses of our value proposition, besides the power of the brand, besides having 3.5 million individual MedSupp enrollees, besides the 8.5 years life expectancy, this is also huge. When an individual enrolls perhaps in a Plan N with us, or maybe a Plan K with us because the premium is substantially lower than a Plan F, the member will have the peace of mind knowing at any point in time down the road, they can pick up the phone, call our customer service department, and change from a Plan N to a Plan F, a Plan K to a Plan N, a Plan K to a Plan F, anytime telephonically with no underwriting. We are the only carrier in the industry that elects to do that. And the main reason behind it, and this is to just again reinforce the relationship we have with AARP, is that is an AARP request that we do. So that is huge. You can go out there with confidence, share people, the advantages of a Plan N in situations compared to Plan F, and at the same time give them the opportunity to. I was just reading that message. Is that a message, Dave, that came from you?
No, it's not.
Okay, I have a message on my screen. We're experiencing difficulties with the audio conference.
I'm hearing it fine, Mike.
Okay, all right. So as long as you're hearing it fine, we're
Audio
good.
is fine,
Okay.
so we're okay.
Okay. All right, good.
So, Angela, if you'd don't mind, I'd like to step in here one quick thing.
Please do.
Angelo's comment about the ability to sell end plans left and right, because of the cost of those end plans, and having the ability to bump up to a Plan F or a Plan G or whatever you want to do at any time is, like he said, a very huge, huge tool for someone trying to be competitive out there in selling Medicare supplements. But I wanted to just take a quick second to give you guys an idea of why Plan N was even developed. You know, we haven't always had Plan N, and it came out. It was really one of the big reasons to develop Plan N and brought out to the marketplace was to kind of mirror what MedAdvantage plans are like. It has deductibles like you see in many of the MedAdvantage plans out there, and it comes with a lower premium because there are some out-of-pockets to the customer. So really that Plan N was designed to look and feel somewhat like a MedAdvantage plan. The biggest thing is you know and I know as well as it's a commodity market when it comes to Medicare supplements. They're looking for premiums and affordable premiums. This is a great tool with United Healthcare to go out and lead with a Plan N, and if they want to get that more extensive coverage, change them over to a Plan F down the road. Great tool for you to do some marketing and putting out pricing that is very, very attractive, that will draw customers into you to talk to and sell Plan Ns, and then move them into a Plan F. They start experiencing things that they feel they need more coverage for. Angelo?
Great input, Dave. Appreciate that. And I'm just going to hitchhike on the last comment that you made. You know, if somebody does have a Plan N and they are interested in going to a plan of better benefits, many times it is because they do have an issue coming up. And oftentimes, you know, I get questions from agents throughout the country asking me, hey, I want to make sure I understand this. What you're telling me is if I have a Plan N and I find out maybe I have to have some surgery and I have some exposure maybe to excess charges and I want to go to a Plan F, that I have no worries as far as that particular issue being covered, and the answer to that is yes. So from a timing standpoint, we are so flexible that you can the client can pick up the phone and call us, you know, May 31st and say, I want a Plan F effective June 1st, and that's how fast we make the change. So it's a convenience, a major convenience and very positive opportunity as far as the consumer is concerned. And as an agent out there representing, you know, a MedSupp carrier and their product offering, it's a major advantage for you in terms of being able to offer a product that has that flexibility built in. So, David, thank you very much for those comments again. I appreciate that greatly.
You bet.
All right, so here is another reason why consumers love us and agents love us, you know, throughout the country in regards to our value proposition. So if you're thinking mentally about it, or if you're making some notes about it, you know, why the AARP Medicare Supplement product? Let me just quickly review a couple of the quick items we've already talked about. The power of the brand, combined with United Healthcare, will get you into more homes on a favorable basis so that you have an opportunity to obviously review healthcare needs and ultimately, you know, establish a client relationship by offering hopefully our product offering because of the value proposition itself. So the power of the brand. Second, on the reasons why would be the 3.5 million members that we have that are MedSupp enrollees. Third, the length of our average, you know, life expectancy of an AARP Medicare supplement being 8.5 years. Fourth, you know, we talked about the ability to change plans. And now, you know, I'm going to add a couple of new ones. And the big one is if a client is out there and they are not, you know, they do not have access to any guarantee issue window, they are going to have to go through full underwriting. And I don't care what carrier it is. If you take every carrier out there and you take a look at their qualification questions, okay, to determine whether or not they will even issue the MedSupp, and you put that side by side next to an AARP Medicare supplement and enrollment, you are going to see a world of difference. We do not care if a client, for example, has cancer. We do not care if a client has heart issues when it comes to underwriting. We do not care if a client is a diabetic and they have additional chronic issues. That is not going to in any way, shape, or form eliminate somebody from getting a MedSupp with us. The only questions we ask, they're basically three key questions. One, do you have end-stage renal disease? Two, have you been out of the hospital for 90 days as an inpatient person? And if somebody's been in the hospital a month or two ago for a couple of days due to observation, that does not eliminate them from getting a MedSupp with us. So again, number one, do you have end-stage renal disease? Number two, have you been out of the hospital for 90 days? And those are contained in one question. And then the second question is, have you talked to a doctor in the last 2 years that basically says you need to have a procedure that has not yet been completed? And primarily, we're only concerned about, organ transplants, back or spine surgery, cancer surgery, heart surgery, vascular surgery, or joint replacement. That's it. If there are procedures other than the ones I just mentioned that somebody has to take care of on an outpatient basis, that does not eliminate them. So the bottom line is we are going to be there for you when your client needs coverage. Our acceptance rate, it's gone up. It shows 99.7% as of last year. Well, it's up to 99.8% of all fully underwritten applications are being approved. So that is remarkable for you. And so the bottom line is we're going to be there when it comes to the product offering. And I want to share this other quick point with you. It doesn't show it on the slide. We accept more health risk situations than any other carrier. And what that means is, obviously, it reflects in our pricing of our products, et cetera. We're not always the cheapest on the street initially going in. There's always going to be those ankle biters there, but long term, because we have 3.5 million people, we can keep our renewal rates in check. And, I'm going to share some more information with you about that in a few moments. Also, depending upon what state you're in, we have very favorable guarantee issue opportunities that are out there. For those individuals who want a MedSupp and they've been in a Medicare Advantage plan, there are certain trial period scenarios where there's a 12-month window where somebody can go from a Medicare Advantage plan to a MedSupp guarantee issue. We are extremely flexible because, A, we accept anybody from any carrier. Other carriers may have some restrictions. They may offer a guarantee issue to a MedSupp when somebody's coming from an MAPD, but that criteria may demand that they had an original MedSupp with that particular carrier. We don't care who the company is. In addition, relative to the trial period, we're the only company that extends the guarantee issue window for an additional 12 months. So it is very possible that somebody who enrolls in an MAPD who needs a guarantee issue to get back to a MedSupp can do that with us over the course of 24 months compared to 12 months with every other carrier that's out there. We have very favorable guarantee issue rules when it comes to the birthday rule in states such as Oregon and California. We have a longer period of time that allows an individual to take advantage of that guarantee issue birthday rule, and we allow the individual to go to any plan that they want, where carriers in the state, other carriers did not allow that. They can only go to plans of equal or lesser values. So we have, again, very favorable guarantee issue opportunities compared to most companies out there when you have a need for a guarantee issue. So the bottom line is we're going to be able to take care of a lot more clients for you as a result of our underwriting. Just a couple of quick comments about Part D, because obviously this is really relative to Medicare Supplement, but the Part D obviously is a great complement as far as the Medicare Supplement product offering goes, and people are technically required to have a Part D when they're 65 and above and they're not covered by their group insurance. So it's you'll have the peace of mind knowing that you have 3 Part D prescription drug offerings to go along with the MedSupp. You'll have a low-cost prescription drug plan that's ideal for the healthy people out there that do not want to pay for prescription drug plans that are more comprehensive in nature due to the formularies and the type of prescription drugs that are covered because they are healthy, so they can avoid any Part D government penalties by going into a lower premium product and then obviously changing the following year if their circumstances change. So you have a low premium AARP Medicare Supplement Part D, and then you have 2 additional Part D prescription drug programs that have great formularies, meaning they cover an extensive amount of prescription medications that are out there, probably the best formulary in the industry. If it's not, it's pretty close to it. We are the largest Part D provider out there in the marketplace today.
Angela?
And then yes, sir.
Yeah, let me step in there just a little bit here.
Please do.
Everyone that's on the phone should know this or may know this, but we've made a business decision here at AIM that at one time we were in the Med Advantage business for a very short period of time, and we made a business decision really to be more of a Medicare supplement provider and kind of step out of that Med Advantage world, and even as far as getting out of the Part D marketplace. So we don't do a lot of it, but because we have the contract with United Healthcare, it just made total sense that if you want it, you can get it from United Healthcare, and you have it all in one package. You're already getting certified for the Medicare supplement. You might as well get that extra step and do if the Med Advantage makes sense where you're at to do that, and definitely have the ability to have a Part D. It's there. Just to let you know, it is the only provider that we work with that is a Part D provider and also has Med Advantage. The rest of the business we do in the Medicare supplement, it is Medicare supplement business. It's been a very good decision for us to do that type of thing, and we like doing it. It's not a world that we're going to get heavily into when I say the Med Advantage, but we've got the biggest carrier out there that does this, and you have access to it, and knowing that, you don't have to add a whole bunch of extra carriers just to have that. So if you're not big in that Med Advantage world, why not go with the biggest and the strongest reputation?
Thank you very much, Dave. Appreciate that again. And one other final point as far as the Part D prescription drug program through United Healthcare that carries the AARP brand. If you run into a situation out there and somebody's already enrolled in a competitor's Part D, one of the questions that you can ask them, and I know the answer is going to be no, is does your existing Part D prescription drug program carry a hearing aid benefit? And the answer is going to be no. And so if the answer is no, that's an immediate opportunity to establish a relationship with that particular client because our Part D prescription drug program does carry a hearing aid benefit that goes along with it. That hearing aid benefit, whether it's an inner ear device or outer ear device, carries a simple copay of approximately $450 or $690, which saves the individual thousands and thousands of dollars if they didn't have a hearing aid benefit. And 20 to 25% of the market, 65 and above, has a hearing aid problem. So there's a substantial number of people there. So I just wanted to add that one little point because it is a huge difference maker if somebody does have a hearing aid issue. That, to me, is a very easy scenario for you to get a one-on-one interview, which will allow you then to shift to a conversation about a Medicare supplement or other senior market products that you have available through your relationship with American Independent Marketing. Okay. As a United Healthcare agent, if you're contracted with us, what we have found out is a lot of agents around the country are not taking advantage of the branding relationship that we have. And by that I mean, going to our toolkit, taking a look at all of the materials that we have that have the AARP and United Healthcare branding in those materials, and obviously incorporating your name, telephone number, and getting those materials out there on an ongoing basis, whether that is via a direct mail piece, such as a postcard mailer that comes back to you, or maybe it's setting up a series of consumer seminars and you're sending out invites, whether you're doing one meeting or a series of meetings, all the way to a presentation that's available, a PowerPoint presentation that can be used as a PowerPoint if you so choose, or you can print it out and give it to people. And when you give it out to people, it has your name, your telephone number on it, a ton of supporting materials that have the AARP branding. And when you start to get those materials out there to your clients on an ongoing basis, you will find that more and more people are going to be interested in this particular product offering. So this supports the direct marketing support materials that are available to you that I showed in the very, actually in the second slide as far as marketing support. Also, one other differential. We have a variety of different Medicare supplement producers with us. Some of them come to us on a limited basis because their markets are not 100% Medicare. They may be in the underage market. They get a referral, and they give us 5, 6, 8, 10 pieces of business a year, which is great. It's a nice product offering for those individuals to have, and we have a series of marketing materials available to those individuals, and we call them Level 1 Authorized to Offer agents. Level 2 Authorized to Offer agents are, they have a greater interest in the senior marketplace. More of their business comes from Medicare-related products or senior-related products, whether they're in, final expense, long-term care, annuities, or whatever. And so we have additional marketing materials carrying the AARP brand that are available to those individuals that are not available to the Level 1 type agent. For those individuals that have a website, if you're a Level 2 Authorized to Offer agent, you can actually put the power of the brand AARP on your consumer website, which is enormously huge when it comes to attracting interest on the part of the consumer. And there are other enhancements from a marketing perspective that we have for Level 2 agents, once you attain at least 30 AARP MedSupps enrollments in a calendar year. And we're going to be announcing some additional enhancements to that level before the end of the year. One other thing I want to quickly mention that I did not, and it relates to our underwriting process. There are 3 ways to submit enrollments to United Healthcare. One, of course, is by mail, 2 by fax. And we do have an online enrollment process where you can submit applications to us electronically. And for those agents across the country who are using that system, and it's relatively new, the feedback is they have experienced no problems, are extremely happy, and they really have stopped sending fax applications in and mailing hard copies because of the convenience of online enrollments. And, if you're interested in that information, simply just let Dave, make Dave aware, and we can certainly get that information out to you.
Absolutely. And in fact, if some of you are listening here, if you can send us an email and you would like to attend like a webinar on how to do the online process, we'll schedule in the very near future a how to do the online application with United Healthcare. I think it's a great idea. We're seeing it with other carriers, and like Angelo said, this is new to United Healthcare, so a lot of you probably aren't familiar that you can do it online. Some of you might be familiar with it, but it's once you get the handle of it, what online applications do is it opens up the whole realm of where you do business at, how affordable it can make it to you, that you don't have to go running around. And on top of it, you can work in multi-states because you're doing it from home or your office. And you can't do anything wrong when you're doing online application because it won't let you proceed further if you haven't completed something, or it will let you know that you have missed something. So if that is an interest, please send us an email and let us know that is, and we'll schedule a how to do an online process with United Healthcare. Angelo?
Great. Thank you, Dave. Now on your list, we talked about the value proposition and some of the things that obviously separate us from everybody else. Again, just to review some of the key components, because I'm going to add a few more right now. The power of the brand as far as that AARP relationship is concerned. 3.5 million members that have enrollments with us. 8.5, the average life expectancy, 8.5 years of a MedSupp. The ability to change plans. Our extremely liberal underwriting as far as limited health questions are concerned. What I failed to mention relative to that liberal underwriting also, we have a number of states where we don't even charge an extra premium due to health conditions, such as California, such as Washington, such as Oregon, in the Northwest, and there are other states around the country. So even if an individual gets approved by us and they have a health condition, they're not paying any extra money because, they may have a health condition. Which is, again, another advantage. So the ability to change plans, as I mentioned, and, obviously, not so much obviously, but, greater flexibility when it comes to guarantee issue scenarios that we briefly mentioned. And now I'm adding 2 or 3 more. We have a vision discount that goes along with the AARP Medicare Supplement product offering. And, that vision discount basically saves that consumer an awful lot of money when it comes to getting eyes examined and getting new contacts or new glasses. There's an eye exam for $40, and they'll get anywhere from 20 to 25 to 30% off the cost of frames and glasses, and that could be a substantial savings as far as your customer is concerned. I had an agent in Utah was doing a meeting a few months back, and he stood up and mentioned his wife, who happened to be 68 years old, is an AARP Medicare Supplement policy owner. She went, had an eye exam, got a brand new pair of photo rays, got a brand new pair of regular glasses, all for $168. Quality glasses, quality frames. So there can be a substantial savings there, which is an incentive for somebody, obviously, to consider our product offering, because as you guys know, the vast majority of seniors out there are either wearing contacts or they have glasses. Typically, like most carriers, this is not unique to us, but we do have it as a part of our offering. There's a 24/7 nurses hotline that is available. It's available in multiple languages, just not English and Spanish. So we have approximately over 100 different languages for that hotline if needed. And so that's very important to our seniors because, if they're by themselves and they're not feeling well, they're not sure whether they should go to the emergency room or whether they should wait to see the doctor the next day, they can have the peace of mind knowing they can pick up the phone, call this 800 number, talk to a registered nurse right there on the spot, share with them what their concerns are, and that individual can advise them on whether or not it's appropriate to seek immediate medical care, or if they really need, they can wait and see their doctor the next morning. So that's a huge peace of mind as far as our seniors are concerned. And then last but not least, as far as our value-added services, in about 18 to 19 states, we have what we call our Silver Sneakers relationship. Silver Sneakers, we have a variety of different gym associations that are a part of the Silver Sneakers facility in those particular 18 or 19 states. So if somebody, for example, resides in California, they enroll in an AARP MedSupp in California, the individual has an option to enroll in a Silver Sneakers gym facility that we would pay the membership for. So if somebody is paying $40 a month for a membership at a gym and they come on board at age 65, 66, whatever, there can be an immediate savings of $40 a month right there because the gym membership with silversneakers.com is paid for by United Healthcare and AARP. So that's kind of a freebie for them. And they can go to any Silver Sneakers facility in the state or any Silver Sneakers facility in any of the other states, the 18 or 19, where that value-added service is available. So we've got a group of seniors, 65, 66, 67, who are retiring, whether it's at age 65 or 67, who are using gym members, they're going to gyms. And so this is very popular with our younger people as far as the senior marketplace is concerned. Then last but not least, this is probably the #1 reason why the average life expectancy is 8.5 years or more when it comes to, an AARP Medicare supplement product. In 2008, the agent distribution channel was first eligible to start offering the products to the consumer. And we've gone from 0 application enrollments in 2007 to 25,000 in 2008. And currently, the agent distribution channel, is going at a pace of doing around 200 to 250,000 enrollments. Collectively, with the direct-to-consumer side of the house, we'll do 450 to 500,000 plus enrollments this year, which is pretty much what we've been doing the last 3 to 4 years. And so there's a reason. Over the last 5 to 6 years, and we provide face-to-face meetings with agents all over the country. We do WebExes for agents all over the country with our partnership relationships that we have. And one of the things we have been talking about for 6 years straight is low, stable rate increases throughout the country. And that's exactly what we have been doing. It's very rare, that you see a 7 or 8 or 9% rate change with us. Over the last 14 to 15 years, our national increase average has been less than 5%. That is huge. And these are just some of the rate changes that took place in 2014. 1.6%, as far as New York was concerned, 2.6 as far as Florida, less than 5.5 as far as California, less than 4% as far as Arizona is concerned. And so we're very stable. That's very important to the consumer. You don't have to worry about letters going out to the consumer talking about 10, 15, or 20% rate changes. And I already know 2015 is going to be probably the lowest rate change that we've had in the last 5 to 6 years. So we're going to continue to provide rate stability, which keeps your customers happy, okay, which means less time that they're spending on the phone calling you, asking you questions why their rates are changing at an unreasonable percentage. So this is huge on a long-term basis, which means then you don't have to worry about replacing your business year in and year out because of unnecessary rate changes, which allows you to concentrate on growing your block of business, growing your renewals, and new commissions each and every year relative to the client relationship. And I want to share one final idea with you before I summarize. And I hope you take this one to heart, because if you do, you will increase your business substantially in the months and years ahead. I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the presentation about agents who are getting 20 to 40 to 50 referrals each and every month, compared to agents who are struggling to get referrals. And I'm going to share with you 2 quick thoughts. And these are actually actions that people are doing that's helping generate referrals on a consistent basis. And maybe in the future we'll have a little WebEx session, with Dave's approval, just devoted perhaps to referred leads and prospecting, for example. And here's the simple concept, guys. If you just remember or you write down the word dripping, when a water faucet drips, it never stops. It never stops. You can't help but notice it. Sometimes it's annoying, but it's still there, and it still drips. So if you take the concept of dripping when it comes to prospecting, in other words, every client that you have, everybody that you know, if you drip on them, which means you're sending them out some form of communication about a product or service that you offer. For example, one agent I know who gets 20 to 25 referrals a month, who's only been in the business for a couple of years, she sends out a Medicare.gov article about Medicare, a different article each and every quarter to her clients. I suggested to her, why don't you send it to each and everybody you know? I have agents out there that I work with that have clients as many as 3,000 to 4,000 who are sending 3, 4, and 5 communications out to these individuals asking for referrals on an ongoing basis and sending out business cards with each of those communications, requesting referrals. And the bottom line is the people that they know and the clients that they have are referring them to individuals. And the other advantage to dripping on your clients on an ongoing basis, 3, 4, 5 times a year, people that you know, is the business that you have on the books. Okay, at some point in time, your block of business becomes large, and you have to focus on maintaining that renewal income because it's obviously a big part of your business. So when you're dripping on them each and every month in the situations where you can't be out there each and every year because they see your name all the time, if somebody, disturbs the nest, so to speak, those people in more cases not will pick up the phone and call you. So if you use the concept of getting your name in front of people on an ongoing basis, especially not only your clients, the people that you know, they will help you. You will have more referrals. Referrals means you spend less time on prospecting. Referrals means you have more appointments that you go on. The more appointments you have, the greater your client base becomes, the more referrals that you get. So that be said, just to review, the top 10 reasons, and I'm going to kind of change what's on the slide. Again, it is, AARP and the brand and the sales support available to you that allows you to take advantage of that brand. The 3.5 million people that we have as policy owners, which allows us to be extremely liberal in our underwriting, which allows us to keep our renewal rates stable each year. The life expectancy of that brand product of 8.5 years, which means your clients are happy. We take care of your customers, which means you have less time to spend on problem issues and more time that you can spend on building your base, your block of business. The ability to change plans at any time for 2010 and later, June 2010 later, AARP modernized plans. In addition to that, the flexible guarantee issue options that are out there, the value-added services, which include the vision discount, the nurses hotline, and silver sneakers, and finally, the stable. I think I probably mentioned it already. Again, the stable renewal rate history. And no matter where you are in the country, no matter there are six individuals like myself. If you're in Florida, we have people that go down to Florida on an ongoing basis that do face-to-face meetings, and we do that, in every state throughout the country. And then we, provide support for, our partnership relationships such as AIMS, and, we'll continue to do so. So that being said, I just want to once again thank Dave for allowing me to be here today. And this is a regional map for those of you who can see this that'll tell you, who's there to offer additional support in those particular states. But bottom line is we're here to help you. So with that said, Dave, I'll certainly entertain any questions that agents may have.
Okay. Well, Angelo, thank you for that presentation. I have noticed that there's been additional people jumping on as we've been going. So I wanted to state one thing is, at the beginning of this webinar, I stated that United Healthcare is making agents recontract for a compliance reason, and if you haven't done it, or if you even haven't contracted with United Healthcare at this point, contact us at our office, and we'll get you set up. It only takes about 5 to 7 minutes to get the process done and recertify and recontract. And it is going to need to be done by July. So don't wait, don't procrastinate, get it done, and you'll be ready to go as we get into the Medicare season, and you can work currently now with the Medicare supplements. And I can't tell you guys all enough that if you don't have this contract with you while you're doing other Medicare, you're missing the boat, because they've got the big reputation, they've got the wherewithal, they've been around for a long time. Just having the AARP name, there are people that don't like it, and there are a lot of people that love the AARP name. So it is just a tool in itself, having that deal. I want to remind you, we have a Medicare supplement rate calculator that is easy to access from our website that will show you who's got the best rate and where everyone sits. Keep that in mind. That's a tool that really is easy to find out who's competitive. And if you don't know about it, contact us at our office, and we'll show you how to access that. With that being said, Mike, can we open it up for any questions?
Yeah, we can. Everybody that entered in that 2-digit PIN code is unmuted right now, so fire away with questions. If you haven't entered your 2-digit PIN code, if you'll do so, we'll get you unmuted. So any questions for Angelo or David?
I'm Not hearing any questions, so we must have done a heck of a job, Angelo.
Yeah, the cricket sound leads me to believe that you guys gave them all the information that they needed, so that was great.
Okay.
So, all right.
If someone wants to review this, we have recorded this and can go back and get to the recorded version of it. So with that being said, Angelo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Angelo.
We'll
We'll wrap this one up.
Great weekend, everybody.
Thanks.